predators of the Devonian seas. In the murky depths of the Devonian seas, an era often called the Age of Fishes, an armored giant known as Dunkleosteus ruled supreme. These ancient oceans were home to a vast array of creatures, but none could match the dominance of this fearsome predator. Its thick, armored body glided through the water, an apex force that shaped the marine ecosystems around it. Towering over other marine life, this formidable predator stretched up to 10 meters in length, its massive jaws capable of slicing through armored prey with terrifying ease. Its strength was unparalleled. But it wasn't just brute force that made Dunkleosteus such an effective hunter. It was also highly intelligent, carefully selecting its prey based on size and vulnerability. With each movement, it displayed the precision and grace of a well-honed killer. Some even called it the Tyrannosaurus rex of the seas, a fitting title for this ancient terror. Like its famous land-based counterpart, Dunkleosteus reigned at the top of its food chain, striking fear into every other creature it encountered. The comparison is apt, as both predators relied on powerful jaws and dominant physicality to subdue their prey. Its mere presence would send smaller fish scattering in every direction, desperately trying to avoid its crushing bite. The Dunkleosteus was more than just a brute. It was a marvel of evolutionary engineering. Its thick, bony plates formed a natural shield, protecting it from other predators, while its jaw structure evolved to create an almost guillotine-like precision. It's a creature adapted to survive in a world filled with competition and danger, developing traits that would set the standard for predators for millennia to come. Every part of its body was finely tuned to survive in the hostile environment of the Devonian seas. Its powerful jaw mechanism, capable of opening and snapping shut with unparalleled speed, allowed it to generate a force strong enough to crush bones and shells with one swift bite. The sheer mechanics of its jaw system were among the most advanced of its time, setting it apart from other marine predators. This weapon was not just about strength. It was a surgical tool, striking with both speed and efficiency. It could dispatch even the toughest of armored prey, breaking through defenses with a single, devastating motion. This was among the earliest utilizations of such a sophisticated predatory tool, a true innovation in its time. But what drove this fearsome creature to evolve such formidable traits? The competitive pressures of the Devonian seas, teeming with life, provided the perfect environment for this evolutionary arms race. Every species was locked in a battle for survival, and only the most innovative would thrive. Dunkleosteus was a shining example of how nature could create lethal beauty in response to environmental challenges. The Devonian period was a transformative chapter in Earth's history. Seas were teeming with life, and competition for resources was fierce. Coral reefs were expanding, and new species were evolving at a rapid pace. The waters were a hotbed of activity, with predators and prey constantly adapting to outmaneuver one another. This period laid the foundation for modern marine ecosystems, shaping the world we know today. The balance of power between predator and prey was delicate, and the stakes were high in this ancient underwater battlefield. Dunkleosteus occupied the pinnacle of the food chain, but it was far from alone. Alongside it, a myriad of other predators swam these ancient waters, each with its unique strategy for survival. Some relied on brute strength, while others employed cunning and speed. The biodiversity of the Devonian seas meant that every niche was filled with species uniquely adapted to their environment. Each predator played its part in maintaining the delicate balance of life in these ancient waters, ensuring that no one species would dominate for too long. The elongated and finned Hyneria lurked in the shadows, utilizing stealth and speed to catch unwary fish. It relied on agility where Dunkleosteus relied on sheer power. This predator preferred the element of surprise, striking quickly before its prey could react. It was a master of ambush, using its sleek body to navigate through the water with minimal resistance. While Dunkleosteus ruled through strength, Hyneria mastered the art of stealth, showing that there were many ways to survive in the dangerous Devonian seas. Meanwhile, the monstrous Titanichthys, nearly as large as Dunkleosteus, patrolled the waters with its massive mouth, filtering plankton at a gentle pace compared to its carnivorous cousin. While Dunkleosteus hunted through force and precision, Titanichthys played the role of a peaceful giant, filtering the waters for sustenance. Its massive size made it a formidable presence, but its feeding habits were far less aggressive. The contrast between these two giants shows the incredible diversity of life that existed during this ancient time. These leviathans were products of relentless evolutionary pressures. The Devonian seas were not just a breeding ground for diversity, but a proving ground for survival strategies. From the brute force of Dunkleosteus to the stealth of Hyneria and the peaceful filtering of Titanichthys, every creature had a role to play in this ancient ecosystem. Their adaptations tell the story of life's ability to innovate and thrive, even in the face of intense competition.